Hi all, this is Skate, and I am back from Minsk. Wow, I had an amazing time when I was there. So I'm going to do a wrap-up video on it, but the first order of duty, I have an E25 to give away. I started this competition before I left, it's now ended, a winner has been generated along with 7 other people who have won 7 days of premium time. Sadly guys, there was only one E25 to give away. I genuinely wish there was more than one, but these things are like gold dust, so I was very pleased that Wargaming gave me one in the first place. But if there is any other giveaways on the channel in the future, which I'm really hoping there will be, then I will be pushing for E25s again. Well, I say other giveaways. At some point this week or early next week, I'm going to announce a console content giveaway. But, focusing on Blitz, I have had my face in more videos than I care to think about this weekend. So I really didn't want to stick my face in another video, which is why the video is delayed. Because I wanted normality back on the channel, which means Blitz gameplay. But, I got back from Minsk, I'd say just after midday on Sunday. Had no interest in playing Blitz on Sunday. Haven't seen the other half or the kids on the weekend, so didn't touch the game. After work yesterday, I had a couple of quick games, and being as we're giving away an E25, I haven't played my E25 in a while, so I thought, let's get back into my E25, and it makes sense to obviously have some E25 gameplay footage in a video where we're giving away an E25. So these are some of the games from last night, and I think there's one quick one from just before I started recording this video. And like I said, I haven't played my E25 in a while, and I forgot how much fun it was, and why it's one of my favourite tanks. It's outrageous. It's the only best description I can find. Yes, it's poorly armoured, and it has slightly below average hit point pool, but you know what? With the camo value on this thing, and I'm running a camo net on this, believe it or not, and that really does help to make this thing completely incognito when you are playing at long range. And that is the beauty of the E25. You can play her long range, and then when you started whittling down the enemy team, you can go hell for leather and just stick your tank in their face. And that is one of my favourite things to do. I mean, like, if you have a look at this match, we are very close to losing, so I have no choice but to go hell for leather, try and kill off some reds, or cap. We are really close to losing. Now that's the enemy Panther addressed. As I come down by here, there is an SU and a Tiger P. So I'm going to completely screw up my first shot, go round him, and I'm going to be reloaded well before him, and one quick one into him. Now, Tiger P. He can't shoot me from where I am. I'm completely under his gun. Which means, as long as I stick close to the side of him, bit of a snuggle struggle, and there is absolutely nothing this guy can do. You just pick him apart from under the gun. So I play it very similar to how I did in the E25 guide I previously uploaded. And oh, check this out. So there's a KV-2 over there. The KV-2 aims for that T-37, misses, hits the building, and causes splash damage to me. But we are in the cap now, so we are slowing down the points they are getting, and they are really close. And it's just a case of picking apart this KV-2 while he is on his reload. But that was a really close battle. And it was a very fun battle at that, which is why I like the E25. It is constant action-packed gameplay. With a reload that short, you have to constantly keep your gun in play. And once you're not in play anymore, you're useless and you need to push it. So I definitely need to make an updated guide on this, even though it is pretty much played in exactly the same way as these replays will show. It's, yeah, there's a couple of things slightly different, like I run a camo net. Because you'd be surprised how close people can get you in their tanks before they spot you. And more importantly, when you can get up into positions like I'm going to up here, and you spot the reds, the amount of damage you can do before you're even spotted can be outrageous. And I think this is a perfect example of what I mean. So I'm clearly not going to be spotting anything from where I am. I'm kind of relying on my team to go pushing forward and spotting. But as soon as they do spot, I can be fantastic cover fire for them. And I'm putting my DPM on. I'm putting my adrenaline on straight away to up my DPM. because I'm hoping that, well, I can use it a little bit later on into the battle when required. And I was in a position then to get a couple of shots on very early in the game. Now this, I think, is interesting. There's a KV-2 there, and there's a bush conveniently placed there as well. So he can't even see me. But with the camo net, I get a 7% boost even while I'm on the move to my camo, which makes this thing outrageous. At not camping, tactical positioning. It's not camping if I have this many fun targets to pick apart. And so far, I have not stopped shooting. And I can continue to do so, and I continue to be helped, and in fact, I can continue to keep that M10 tracked, so that that LTB can get good shots on him. So, it may seem like, you're a dirty camper, but so far, I have been able to do plenty of support for my team. Now that I can't, you'll see I'm moving away from my position straight away, and now is the first time in the game I have been spotted. So for me, an E25 with that camo net is a must, because of that 7% even when you're on the move. And when you're not on the move, that 7% goes up to 14%. And oh, there's a cheeky KV-2 and a quick shot on him. And then one more, you can tell I'm tired, can't you? One more quick shot on the T25 too, and that's pretty much all I'm going to do in this battle. But we did manage to get 5 kills while camping, as some people would categorize it. But as I mentioned, it's not camping if you're in a position to be useful to your team. If you're in a position like that and you have nothing to shoot at, then you need to move. If you continue to stay in that spot, then it's camping. But there is no issue whatsoever with positioning your tank in a tactical way. But you can't do that all the time on Blitz. And the reason you can't do that all the time is because Blitz sometimes doesn't give you the ability to play the long range game. Which is where the next fun part of the E25 comes in. Which is her mobility, because it is very, very mobile. That's a T21 next to me. And we are accelerating past it. So it's very mobile, which is very advantageous. You'll see I'm stopping by the bush, and then I hesitate thinking, nah, let's just go for A. But the E25 to me is not a one-trick pony. It's not just a case of, oh, you can only play this thing long range, and that's it. That's not the case at all. We've just got into this cap without being spotted, and we went past a couple of tanks then. Now I'm trying to position myself to start getting some shots off, and now there is a KV-2 looking at me. Now I've shot, and I'm not interested in being shot by a KV-2. And we cap a split seconds before that Sushi Tiger manages to get a shot on us, but for some reason he's just going for gold, and as a result getting nailed by my team. And I know there is a KV-2 there, and I know he has very, very bad accuracy, which is why I'm trying to get one quick shot in and then get back into cover. As soon as he stops to aim up, I am not hanging about. And you might be wondering what I'm doing right now. It's an attempt to reset my camo value, so they're not expecting me to pop back out. And the Predator. I know some people like this tank, but I just don't like it. I don't think it's any good. And, well, an E25 can tear that thing apart all day long. Especially if you can get close enough to give it a cuddle. Of course, I would like to give a demonstration of this a little bit later on in the gameplay. Now, the E25 is small, so it can do it all day long to so many tanks. We're not going to do it to the Predator first. We're going to do it to the KV-2. If you get in real close before he manages to get his shot off, and we're now in a place there is absolutely nothing this KV-2 can do to get us. But the Predator, so many tanks can do what I'm about to do to this Predator. I mean, look, I could fit 2 E25s on top of each other, and he still wouldn't have the gun depression to deal with them. That's gotta be so frustrating. From my perspective, it's highly hysterical. You've got this tiny little tank with an outrageous DPM and rate of fire come flying in and pretty much come straight under your gun from an angle you're not expecting because of that mobility. And we're pretty much going to do the same thing to this T-34 now. You'll see I went one way, I hung back, and then I went the other way. And as long as I'm by here, he can shoot me, but I'm not an easy target for him. And I can out-DPM him all day long anyway, so I think one or two more shots and he is done for. And you can see him panicking trying to move. And that second bit of damage came in from the T-43, not from that T-34-85. But we don't get to do any more damage, sadly, because that is endgame, because we capped. But I cannot express enough how much fun this tank is and how much I enjoy it. It may not have a lot of armor, but it is very, very diverse. And so we are 10 minutes into this video and I have not even announced the winners yet. I got a bit sidetracked by my E25. I genuinely haven't played this in a while and I really, really enjoy it. Now, my team are going A, so I'm going to stick my head around this building and see if I can reset B. And this is a fun little mastery which I picked up last night. As I said, I didn't really want to put my face in another video, so I thought, right, back to the way I prefer doing things. Let's get some fun footage in. And while this is going on, I am going to announce the winners. So we'll start with the 7 people who won 7 days of premium each. So if your name has just appeared on the screen on the left hand side, congratulations, you have won 7 days of premium. If you are the driver of a KV-1S on the right hand side, then it's never nice being caught out in the open by an E25. I actually felt bad because that bush wasn't transparent, which means for the vast majority of that encounter I was completely unspotted. And there's nothing worse than being torn apart by a target that close and not even being able to see him. I was only 129 meters away from that tank. And I was quite surprised by this, because I didn't think he'd have the gun depression to get to me if I kept him permatracked and went down the hill. But it turns out the VK's gun depression isn't actually that bad. I'm not going down that road right now, though. Has anyone tested to see if it's got more gun depression on the side, out of curiosity? I doubt it, but I was just curious, because he had a lot more gun depression there than I was expecting. And then, without further ado, anyway, more on topic, the E25 winner is 0418100559. Nope, that's not a mistake. I double-checked it. It is a player on the EU server. I've actually met someone with a stranger username than me. Sorry. Yes, 0418100559. Congratulations, mate. You will soon be the proud owner of a new E25. And genuinely, thanks to everybody who took part. I wish I could give everyone an E25 away, but looking at the campaign report, 2,752 people entered. Which is an awful lot more than I expected. But no, seriously, thank you all very, very much, those who took part and those who are subscribers. I genuinely appreciate it more than you realise. It's what makes making these videos fun. Being able to share a hobby with like-minded people who have a similar hobby or passion. Well, what more can you ask for, really? And on that note, thank you all very much, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.